Hello, friends. Welcome back again on the Consistency in Silence YouTube channel. So, in the previous class, we have left our class by completion of 90% of the volcanism. In today's class, we will start our discussion from the world's distribution of volcanoes. Then we will jump to our mains part. So, we will be trying out two questions with respect to our mains part. So first of all, the world's distribution of volcano. So there are four major areas. The first one is the Pacific Ring of Fire. That constitutes over 60% of the world's volcano. The second is the mid-continental belt. Which part I am talking about? Mid-continental belt? Yes, the Anatolia Plateau area. अभी पहले कुछ वहाँ earthquake भी आते हैं दो बड़े बड़े. So that is mid-continental belt. The third one is the mid-oceanic ridges. Hope so you are not forgetting your previous classes. We have studied in the seafloor spreading theory also, and in the divergent plate boundary. In that part also we have studied that volcanism is indeed in correlation with the divergent plate boundary. So in the divergent plate boundary, we have the mid-oceanic ridges. So lava is coming out from the crust area. Hence, it is also related to volcanism. And the last one is the hotspots. So these are single points. Single zones where there is a upcoming magma from inside the earth. इसी का एक छोटा सा पार्ट होता है मेंटल प्लूम. दैट इज अ प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन. नाउ द रिजर्वायर ऑफ द मेंटल प्लूम इज कमिंग फ्रॉम directly from the outer core, which is liquid in nature. So just like the asthenosphere, we have the convectional currents in the outer liquid core also. And the mental plume क्या होता है जो हमने कल डाइक देखा था. So just like that, mental plume वही चीज़ है. We have a source of magma which is the outer liquid core. So there is a suction of magma in this capillary tube, and at the crust area we have some of the resultant formations. So that is known as mental plume. So it is kind of hotspot only, but the magma is coming out from the outer liquid core directly. So these are the four zones where we find abundance of volcanism. If you can note here that we haven't included the Himalayan region. So again and again I am underlining this point that there is no volcanism in Himalayas. Why? Because it is a convergent plate boundary. Which type of convergent plate boundary? The continental convergence. There is no subduction, there will be abduction. That's why underneath the Himalayas we will find the continental crust width up to 70 kilometers. क्योंकि एक continental crust की average thickness 35 kilometer. 35 into 2 70. Understood? So now we will be jumping to our mains question. And this mains question we have already studied whole of the volcanism. You only have to concise your word limits to 150 words or maximum 250 words, but for this question only 150 words. So in the prelims question, in the mains question, कुछ ऐसा क्वेश्चन बन सकता है कि एक्सप्लेन द मैकेनिज्म बिहाइंड वोल्केनिज्म. सो आपको पूरा क्वेश्चन लिखना पड़ेगा। तो कैसे लिखेंगे? तो क्वेश्चन क्या है? एक्सप्लेन द मैकेनिज्म और प्रोसेस ऑफ वल्केनिज्म। सो वी हैव टू, इन द इंट्रो पार्ट, वी हैव टू डिफाइन व्हाट इज वल्केनिज्म। मैंने पिछले पार्ट में आपको बताया कि व्हाट इज वल्केनिज्म क्या था। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, द melting of rocks, then convectional current will take the heat which is inside the interior of the earth to the upper crust through a vent, hence causing eruptions, and the resultant extrusive as well as intrusive features. This whole process is known as volcanism, and we have to define it in the introduction part. Now comes the body part. In the body part, the question is demanding us that explain the process of volcanism. So here, if our word limit is 150, so we don't have to explain what are the constituents of eruption that we have studied in the previous class. So वो सब मत बताना क्योंकि 150 बहुत ही कम वर्ड लिमिट है। बॉडी में हम सीधा क्या करेंगे? सीधा क्वेश्चन के डिमांड को फुलफिल करेंगे कि वल्केनिज्म इज एसोसिएटेड, इट इज एसोसिएटेड विद कन्वर्जेंट एज वेल एज डाइवर्जेंट प्लेट बाउंड्रीज. Make a single diagram. This is our single diagram. Here we are showing the divergent plate boundary, and hence we have the mid-oceanic ridges. कन्वेक्शनल करंट कैसे आएगा? डाइवर्जेंट प्लेट बाउंड्री इधर, एंड हियर वी हैव द कन्वर्जेंट प्लेट बाउंड्री. तो ये we have seen the divergent plate boundary and the resultant MOR, the convergent plate boundary and the explosive volcanism. We have the earthquakes, we have the Benioff zone. So all of these things will be explained by the diagram itself. तो हमने बता दिया कि volcanism is associated with convergent as well as divergent plate boundary. In the convergent plate boundary, in the पहले डाइवर्जेंट कंप्लीट करते हैं. इन द डाइवर्जेंट प्लेट बाउंड्री, इन द ओशन डाइवर्जेंस, वी हैव द मैग्मा कमिंग आउट फ्रॉम द ओशन क्रस्ट, एंड इट विल गेट सेपरेटेड इक्वली ऑन बोथ साइड्स ऑफ द प्लेट, hence forming one of the longest chains of underwater mountains known as mid-oceanic ridges, and hence wherever these are happening, it is causing the sea floor spreading. Again, these divergent plate boundary can also form the festoons, island arcs and festoons. Such type of magma will result into the Fischer reaction. तो जो भी हम basaltic magma पढ़े हैं, हमने पिछले क्लास में पढ़ा था, so these are related to Fischer reaction, and hence there can be formation of plateaus, not with this but with the basaltic magma. Then we have the convergent plate boundary, and in the convergent plate boundary we have the explosive volcanoes. So here we have fissure reactions, here we have explosive reaction eruptions. So such kind of diagram you can make, and such kind of in crisp wordings you can explain the volcanism related to the divergent plate boundary as well as the convergent plate boundary. इसके थोड़े आप रिजल्टेंट्स भी लिख देना. एंड लास्ट ऑफ ऑल यू कैन ऑल्सो शो द वर्ल्ड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, जो कि अभी हमने देखा. लास्ट में आप ये लिख सकते हैं, thus we can able to figure out that climate change is indeed a natural phenomena, but due to anthropogenic activities in the past 200 तो नहीं, ज़्यादा ही बोल दो, in the past 1000 years we have accelerated the phase of the climate change. So आप ऐसे करके अपना कंक्लूजन दे सकते हैं. So this was the first question. दूसरा क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. If you find it more convenient to draw two diagrams, separate diagrams of convergent and divergent, you can also draw, provided you have enough time. Second question is the analyze the impact of volcanoes, eruption of volcanoes on the global climate. तो global climate पे volcanism का क्या इफेक्ट है वो हमें एनालाइज करना है. बताइए क्या क्या इफेक्ट होना चाहिए. कॉमन सेंस से सोचिए, क्योंकि यहाँ तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा टाइम लगेगा, बट इन एग्जाम हॉल वी ओनली हैव 8 मिनट्स, 8.5 मिनट्स ऐसा ही है हमारे पास बस. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव द इरप्शंस, इट मीन्स पॉल्यूशन. इसमें हम लिखेंगे रिलीजिंग ऑफ गैसेस, GHGs like CO2, CO, sulfur, NOx, SOx. There is a release of oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen. It means it will lead to acid rain. Acid rain will in result lead to ocean acidification. What is the resultant of ocean acidification? We have carbonate compensation depth. इसकी डेप्थ इंक्रीज हो जाएगी. So what is this carbonate compensation depth? This is a particular cross section of oceans. Below a particular line, below a imaginary particular line, this portion is unsaturated with calcium ions. This portion, upper portion, is saturated with calcium ions. So hence all the shell organisms like corals and all the other shell living things, they will reside in this zone where there is a saturation of calcium ions. Q, because their shell will not get dissolved in this ocean, hence this is a livable zone. But what happens if this depth somehow starts increasing towards the surface? Then more and more amount of water will get into this unsaturated zone of calcium, and hence it will threaten the life of fishes and other crustaceans as well as the living organisms like corals also. वहाँ उनके शेल डिजॉल्व हो जाएंगे और उनको थ्रेटन फील होगा. सो डेट इज कार्बोनेट कंपनसेशन डेप्थ. दिस लाइन इज कार्बोनेट कंपनसेशन डेप्थ. सो ड्यू टू ओशन एसिडिफिकेशन वी हैव द राइजिंग ऑफ कार्बोनेट कंपनसेशन डेप्थ. और क्या होगा? While eruption, there is a release of aerosols in the environment, and aerosols act as coolant. It will reflect back the sunlight. Hence, क्या होगा? Yes, short term global cooling, but in long term global warming. One of the constituents of eruption was ash. If this ash settles down on ice, and ash will absorb more insolation, and hence it will raise the temperature of the ice shelf, hence it will क्या करेगा, enhance the process of melting of ice shelves, so absorbs insulation. कौन absorb करेगा? The ash particles which are on the ice shelves. So ice का temperature बढ़ा देंगे and it will cause more melting, absorbs insolation, hence causing more glacial melting. So these are number of effects we can list out. और भी बहुत सारे effects हो सकते हैं इसके, but अभी इतने याद आ रहे हैं तो आप इतना ही लिख लीजिए. शॉर्ट टर्म ग्लोबल कूलिंग हो गया, लॉन्ग टर्म ग्लोबल वार्मिंग हो गया, एसिड रेन हो गया, पॉल्यूशन तो होगा ही होगा, एंड दिस. ठीक है, आज की क्लास यहीं तक रखते हैं. हमने लिस्ट आउट कर दिए जो भी हमारे क्वेश्चन की डिमांड थी. इंट्रोडक्शन एज वेल एज कंक्लूजन आप खुद लिखिए, आपका होमवर्क है. छोटी क्लास रखेंगे. अगर इफ़ योर कंसेप्ट्स आर गेटिंग क्लियर, प्लीज लाइक दिस वीडियो, शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स एंड सब्सक्राइब टू अवर यूट्यूब चैनल. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय, जय हिंद.